All right, folks. I think I have. All right. Okay. I think I'm okay now. All right. I got my live stream stuff going, and I'm gonna get started on these Grinch things I gotta make. And I got my cards, and I'm ready. All right. I hope everybody can hear me. I thought if I used these on my other device, headphones, I'd have better luck. So here you go. This isn't bad. I think this might work for me. And everybody can hear me, and I could do my thing. I'm now cutting my poster board up because I got these. I'm going to do 2 Grinches and end the string with 2 Grinches that's already painted. I feel that would be nice for the stream. There we go. I backed up my computer. I did a afternoon Snapchat, and of course my dog. He loves watching his own channel. When he was a puppy, and I had to leave him home alone to go to work, this is what I did. I used to play dog videos, and I thought how fun it would be if he had his own channel that he can listen to. Because he used to watch all the dog stuff on YouTube all the time. He still does sometimes. My dog's an all-around good guy. So that's where we're at. Now I need to get me a French sketch. Bring it up in here. Go to Microsoft Edge. But I just tried it. I did post a lot of when I was coming on and all that good happy stuff. Christmas. I'm going to go to sketches because I feel it has more benefits to me. Oh, how you doing? I hope you can hear me. I've been going through hell and back with my audio these days. To get some good characters. Okay, I didn't want that one. Trying to get me a sketch here. It says FK then friends. Okay, that's not a good sketch to do. But if you can't hear me, let me know. I know my friends at work would probably love that sketch with FK, but I don't know if I could. Or no, this is good. Drink up riches. My friends from work would love that. But that's what I've been doing. I've just been working my ass off all weekend. And I do this because Sometimes you get a work mode and you just want it to be over with, so you have 4 days off. And all my friends say, well, how do you get out and do this? To me, I personally don't care about going out and all that because I'm a bit of, I guess, a hermit. And I just kind of enjoy just staying home and drawing and stuff. This is the things that I enjoy. So for me, working the weekends to make more money and staying home through the week gives me more time to work on what I like to do. And this is what I like to do. And I like to work with this chalk. It's like my favorite thing. I have to, I did get some art markers, but I don't think I'd like them as much as my chalk. For some reason, my chalk is, it's almost like crayons, but these are really good crayons. And I feel they help me with my painting a little more.
You want anything from Subway?
If you could get me a baby sandwich,
From Subway.
yeah, get
That'd
me.
be a 6-inch. But what sandwich though? They got a shit ton of different sandwiches.
I'm trying to think maybe something soft.
Michelle, that's everything. It's bread.
No, I meant the inside.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
I really am not a fan of lunch meat.
Like tuna,
I do like tuna.
they got that somewhere.
Yeah, just get me a 6-inch tuna, and then I should be okay.
That'd be classic.
I mean, I do. I don't mind their hot sandwiches. The oh, hello, friends. I got 2 people in here. Look at that. Thank you.
6-inch.
I'm
What kind of bread?
Wheat's good. The doctors say it should be eating
You
that.
want it toasted or not toasted?
Not toasted. Okay. I'm just moving this chair up.
You want American cheese, pepper jack, provolone?
Provolone.
You want lettuce or tomato or cucumbers on it or pickles or green beans?
I don't want all that crazy stuff. Just lettuce.
You want red onions?
I'm okay with onions.
Just lettuce on? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no mayo.
No mayo?
No mayo, absolutely.
You want it just dry then?
Well, they already got mayo in it.
What?
The tuna.
I don't know how they do it. Some places put it in there, or some people buy it when it's already in it.
I didn't put mayonnaise for that purpose. And then that'll be good for me.
So we got drinks here and all that. So.
Well, I just put in that Red Bull thing a bunch of drinks too.
I know. I'm just saying we got drinks here, so don't be.
Yeah. All right. I had to put my order in. Well, hello everybody. I had to eat. I'm doing my Grinch sketch and I'm ready for readings. I've had an incredible, crazy weekend being tortured by residents. They literally they act like they hate your guts, these residents. They scream at you, they try to throw things at you. And on top of that, I've had my coworkers losing their shit and literally acting like they're gonna walk out the door. And all I could say when I had my one little cigarette was, and I quit smoking a long time ago, mind you. These guys just got me to smoking more. I like to have one little cigarette at the end of my 12-hour shift, and I tell the girl, well, while you're deciding if you're going to stay or go, I'm going to have my one cigarette because I ended up being there 13 hours. Because, of course, my brother had stuff to do with our parents. So I'm stuck there till 8 o'clock. The other girl came in late, and they asked me if I wanted to stay longer. I was there since 7 o'clock this morning, and it was 8 o'clock at night. I was good, but I don't know if you guys can't hear me. Let me know. So that was where I was at most of the weekend. And when you do 36 hours in 3 days, you feel like you accomplished something in your life. You truly do. And I was so happy to get home. And then they wanted to know if I wanted to pick up. So I told my boss, "We'll see." That was what she got out of me that yesterday. 'Cause I just don't know if I have it in me. But this chalk paint so far, I got him holding a wine glass and it's going to say drink up. And you can take these different little sketch thingies. And I'm going to do a little Santa thing because my friends do like to party and sometimes drink a little excessively. That's what they do. And it's okay. It is what it is at this point. My friends are like that. Me, no, I don't drink. I pretty much stay with what I do, and I'd like to. I've been through too many doctor's appointments in the last 6 months. Too many. I'm just grateful to have no infection in my jaw, personally. So, I got this. Can you guys hear me? Is there audio? Alright, I'll take out these. Maybe this is the problem. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. I was talking. I had to order my food. Oh, good. You can hear me. I'm glad. You would, but going through looking at a computer and drawing and doing all this, I got sometimes issues going on with streams. But before I paint, I use this chalk because it kind of, I like it because it mixes in with the paint. And you have all these different colors you could use. And I'm getting a little better every time I do this. And I talked to my one friend at work. She's an actual artist. They got a one of my friends that did my one painting on one of my Chong groups. They used to have a studio together. And she's a very good painter. She told me in order that I want to be able to do a log cabin and a raven. She told me they're very hard to do. So she told me to practice like just the wings for now. So that's what I'm doing. I just been kind of just practicing wings and things. So, and she told me not to try to do a lot at one time. Because if you do a lot at one time, it's not good either. So, you got to heed the advice of people that know way more than you. So, this is what I do in life. Now I'm going to draw in this class because I know my friends. They're going to be, oh my God, no, this had to come out. They're probably going to be partying tonight. Well, on Christmas, I know they'll be partying. This is what they do. And it's okay. I mean, they weren't sick like me, so it is what it is. I don't mind. At least I know I'm healthy and I can chew again and all my infections out of my jaw. Now I'm just drawing in this glass. And honestly, it's a way cheaper way of going, not drinking a lot. Your life gets, you get to save more money. And I do enjoy doing my little activities. I find it, I find this fun. My friends don't know how I find this fun, but I do because I'm doing things I love. And if you do things you love, you're better off. And this is me. This is what I like to do. So, alright. Now I'm going to. This is red, and I guess it's supposed to be wine. So I'm going to draw in a half a cup of wine for my friend. Because my friend Eden, I told her the next batch would probably be a little better. Alright. That's good the way it is. It says drink up Grinches, so. Man, I'm probably going to make them white. Especially since you have this. And I'm set on top, I'm going to put on bottom. I'm going to make this for my friend Eden. I told her to give one of these paintings to one of the residents because I did a liquidation type thing. She told me she doesn't deserve it because she ate her lunch and she's NPO. I was like, I wasn't arguing. She's like, I'm not giving that to her. I go, she should stop eating my food. And this is a lady that aspirated, literally, calls her family all the time because she wanted all these ice chips. And, people in the medical field are not trying to take away your ability to eat. So she was able to eat, but she decided she was going to eat like she don't have any issues. She ended up in ICU, and now she just going around eating people's lunches. And this was a nurse. I mean, she still is a nurse. I can't say that because once you're a nurse, you're always a nurse. But I always tell her, "You were a nurse, you know this," and she gets angry with you, and then she'll cuss you out. But I've gotten a break from her because she just likes to sometimes personally torment me for no damn reason. But I feel that this is what they do to medical people, especially like when you're sick. I don't think everybody really means it. At least I hope they don't, because I've had more death threats than anything else. Just going to work sometimes. It could be crazy in the medical field like this. Try to make this a little fancy because everybody's crazy about the Grinch one. So I probably got to do two or three of these today. But I did the basis, and it's not bad. 18 minutes. I got this here. That's gonna be probably Eden's. I want to try to make this look like cards. That's the main objective, I guess we could say. So I want to make it look like that. I'm gonna color this in green because I want to have all this colored in nice, and I want my paint to take because I'm gonna paint on top of this also. Because you gotta paint on top of these, or it doesn't work out well for you. Even with chalk paint, it still does not. But if you use regular, like, the art chalk, not the stuff sidewalk chalk, and then put your paints together, and they almost mix together like a happy collage. And I like to keep all the scrappings of this because it just goes in the paint. See, this looks much better. Alright, it's a bad angle. It's not bad for what it is. It really isn't. And I seem to be like, I thrive on humor stuff. I'm not a serious person. That's why it's really hard for me to do serious art, I guess you could say. Because I'm really not a serious person. I'm one of those people when there's like all this craziness going on in the world, I just don't like to dwell on it. I don't even really like to give into it because I don't know, it just seems pointless and it ruins my day. Because I feel if you woke up alive for whatever reason, God wants you to live. Alright, I'm gonna set this in here. I get all these paints. All my friends were telling me that they have problems with paint supplies, and I feel bad for them sometimes because I have friends that buy me paint supplies. And this is how I get all my practice. I have my friend that literally goes and they're my biggest fans for family. They fight over my paintings. They think they're the best. I'm like, no, there's plenty of other people that are way better that could do a log cabin. But mine come out more humorous than anything, I guess you could say. But I'm okay to be on the humor side. I've always been the one that liked looking at comics when I was younger. I don't mind doing anime. I don't mind doing characters. It is fun. I feel it is. I'm getting better at it, but I get better at the characters than anything. And I guess that's okay. There's a market for it. And it is cool to do. And it ends up that they end up actually being good presents. It really does. Because it's crazy as it sounds, these people be excited. They don't want to give them up. It's some kind of a privilege to get them, and I'm like, I always tell them it's not like that. It's I had a lot of medical bills, and I didn't have horrible insurance, but it wasn't top rate at the same time. But it is what it is. It all got done. Sometimes you can't sit there and procrastinate when it comes to your health, and if you don't get one thing you really wanted to get just because it was cool to get, sometimes it's better to pay the doctor. That's where I'm at these days. And now I'm just painting in the crunch fingers. And I am definitely saving that for eating. She's always shopping and going and getting this stuff. And she has lots of money, so she seems to like little things like this. I'm still doing questions for tarot cards. It's just I gotta literally do all this Grinch collection for my friends. Because my other friends got mad they didn't get the one Grinch painting I had. Because I didn't know the Grinch was going to be this popular in my friend's sector. But apparently it is. So. And I try to smooth out these lines just like you're painting a wall. I make it really easy for myself. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to have this sit on my box. Why not? I'm a painter. 4. Oh, you got a crow. Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Karan. I'm doing Grinch paintings today. I gotta fill this in with paint. So, alright, let me see what this person's. I'm trying to understand this question. It says, "My crush, genuine feelings for me, guidance." Oh, alright. And then I'll get to you, my friend Karan. Alright. I thought you guys were all asleep, but I was almost through my painting, usually halfway through. I'm trying to step up with my Grinch. There's a bunch of Grinch sketches I gotta get going and doing today. Alright. And this is Rhea. I'll do a pathway on you and your crush's energy. I could do that. That'd probably just be a whole lot easier, honestly. And then you can make up how you want to kind of assess that situation on your own. But you got a new moon. The main one is that you're in is a new moon in Pisces. And this just tells you to meditate, contemplate, or manifest what you need to try to get the right answers. And you have a full moon in Aquarius and a new moon eclipse. And a full moon Aquarius just indicates to show people how you really, who the real you is. Maybe just draw him in by your inner light and do it that way. Like have him come to you instead of you worrying about coming to him. And then you got a new moon eclipse, and this just indicates powerful change. So I would literally just try to be friends with him and try to get to know him as a person and see where it goes. I mean, it seems like you guys could have a relationship, but it might not be the exact relationship you want it to be at. And that's the problem with these kind of situations. But, there's an attraction I'm picking up. So maybe just what I would do is I would just start talking to him and just see what common interests and common threads you have and go about it that way. So, and I think you'll be all right. And oh, you can, Karan. I'm glad you have lots of confidence in me. I'm finally getting to be a better sketch artist. Didn't know anime was my thing. I was hoping it was going to be a raven and a log cabin where my talents lie, but apparently it's the Grinch. Santa Claus is up in the air. It makes sense because Santa Claus is a human face. Human faces are very hard to draw. Very hard. Angel wings are very hard to draw. So these are going to be my new focus where I try to get a little better with them and I guess focus on my anime and maybe between all this things will get better for me. I don't know. But anyways, Ron, you got in December the energy going into December is a waning moon and it's just about negative thoughts about where any kind of like self-doubt and people that have been mean to you and everything and letting it go. That's what a wanting moon is. And around this time of year we all get that. People seem to be negative and then they have fake nice. But this is what happens in the world. People aren't as nice as they used to be. But I'm picking that up for your December energy reading. And you got a mutual moon, and that's pretty much just saying your future is not being blocked, bad or good, which is good because you can have a new start for yourself. Start your own, what makes you happy type thing. And then you got a full moon in Leo for this month on the beginning. And then this just means Leo talks about pride, like maybe not having such expensive stuff. So that's I'm picking up there, and I'm going through this. This is why I reuse my things and do different stuff. So that's what I'm picking up. Which these are just common things this time of year. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. Your new dad are gonna give us good money. Your new dad. Okay. Well, thank you, Justice, for liking me. I appreciate that. And there's a JR boss. Oh, okay. You want to know what you need to release. Your dad's new business. Yeah, my dad, when I was younger, had a business too, and unfortunately, it went under, and he lost a lot of money. Businesses are very, I think they're like the ocean. They can go either way. You can make lots of money, or a little money, or have a lot of money and lose a lot of money. That's the problem with business. My dad ended up, he owned a trucking business, and that ended up going under. We ended up like buying a house and all that, but he ended up being a security guard after that. All right, Karan, you want to know what your current blockage that you need. All right, we could try that. I mean, every day I try new things with these tarot readings because literally by day I get tortured by sick people, and then I think about what I'm gonna pay, and then by night I'm just seeing where the energy takes me. So I'm not a professional. Sometimes I get good intuitive stuff, and I'm sometimes it gets vague. So it is what it is with that. All right, you you got the wanding moon again. All right, this full moon in Leo, I don't really think it's a blockage more than a lesson. And I feel it's a lesson about a big investment that you made that was kind of unnecessary, whatever that is, but it's not the end of the world type thing. And it's more like a lesson. Because the blockage is when you've done something malicious and then you get blocked. And you're not a malicious person, Karan. You're not at all. So, and you also got that third quarter moon about adjustments. And I'm thinking this is more of maybe cutting down on stuff and just putting yourself in a budget and saving up. That's what I'm getting on this, but it's really not a blockage. The only time you get a blockage is when you're malicious. And to be malicious, you really wouldn't care about that. So that's how you could tell a real horrible person when they don't really have much of a conscience. That's why mainly most of your people that do bad things hurt animals and children and stuff. And it's for this reason, because that's what they do, and when innocent people do get hurt, but that's why we all gotta protect ourselves. I protect myself from bad people all the time. I'm the kind of person that will literally tell off one of these people and hope they do get butthurt. Because literally, that's the kind of person I am. But I do it non maliciously. I probably shouldn't be all happy like I am when I do tell people off, but it does happen. My boss says, I'm the nicest sarcastic person she knows. And sometimes it's like that in life. It truly is. Without the sarcastic people that just come out and say crazy shit, a lot of stuff would probably not get resolved. Because it takes that one crazy person to kind of bring it out to the light that's not malicious and make everything better. All through history, people like me have made a difference. And generally, it's stirring up shit. And I'm not a snitch. I'm not. When I'm at work and someone's doing something crazy, I won't tell the boss. I won't. But I will tell them about themselves. And I feel that that's a little better to do that. Because everybody needs their job. You always got that one person that acts crazy. And I've been there so many years, I know so many people. As long as they're not malicious, I don't even go there with people. I don't, to me, I get it. Some people don't. And they want to act like they're eight of the year. And then they brag about things so much. It's crazy. I don't brag about nothing. Because I feel whatever you got and were given for the day is what you were blessed with for the day to be able to do and not do. 'Cause sadly, I take care of a lady that was fine, had all of her teeth. She fell, lost all of her teeth, and she was walking and working, and she's in a bed and can't move no more. And she's really cool. She's only like maybe or late 50s. And when you see things like that, it hits home. You don't want to sit there and try to accumulate bad karma at this age. Or even if you're got something big going on in your life. You don't want to sit there and try to be nasty to people and then think you're going to go really far and be happy. Because it quite doesn't work that way. And I am a firm believer that I'm just doing all the little areas that are red here. Because I know my friend is going to love this. But I'm just glad that they caught everything on my jaw, or I might be one of these victims up in a bit, dealing about who's going to clean me up next. So I feel blessed that I got out of surgery in one piece and got all my infection out of my mouth. Yes, it was an expensive operation, but it was worth it. I have ways to die that I would be happy with, and that's not one of them. Not at all. Alright, I'm going to keep that red brush there. Alright. I thought I had white. I could have swore I did. I might leave the white like that because I have a problem with trying to deal with the white all the time. So I might leave some of that like that. I think I might leave it I might touch up some of this and leave it like this, but I like it like this. I'm gonna leave the white in chalk though. I think it gives it a good added touch for the grits collection. But I'm gonna take me a little break. Your dad's new business gonna give us good money. Oh, no, this is not for my job. I'm in nursing. My uh, uh, my profession is never ending. Literally, my profession will be there till the end of time because people like to go in to the hospital and get fixed up. People want their kids taken care of when they have injuries, and people have bad injuries. So my job will always be there. People are never going to change. There's going to be those crazy ass families that come in and it's believe everything the resident says, even though they're delirious. I've been doing what I've been doing for 29 years. So there's nothing family members or residents can do. I just embrace it. It is who I am now, but I do like doing this because it does give me something different to do. Because I feel that it would be fun just to do something. And my kids always talk about this live streaming and how everybody wants to do it. So I just figure, what the hell? And here I am. And my dog listens to Chong the dog. This is how it got started because I needed something for Chong to listen to. And it's turned into something else. And I guess maybe that's how life is. I do see this other Grinch I do like that it won't take me too long, and then I'll eat my food. I kind of like it. It's like an ominous face. But I'm gonna do this with my white chalk. All right. It's like it's just the expressions. It's kind of really cool. All right, it goes this way. This goes here. It's really just following your lines. That's really what it is. I just look at it and I visually just let my hand just take me where it needs to go. Okay. This comes down. It comes this way. This. Yeah, this one will be cute. And then I just gotta make the little Grinchy eyes now. Then I'll get two of these done. When I come back, I'll do two more after my little. Yeah, you could have ask a question. I come over here while I'm doing 100 million things. This is who I am. And what I do and who I am is I like to paint. And I want to be able to incorporate both the things that I like together, painting and live streaming, and I don't mind stopping there. How does. Okay. How does Taz or Tez feel about me? I could do, and this is Kitty. Alright, I could do a pathway reading on that, but I can't tell you how somebody feels. But I can tell you the energy around the situation. That's about the best I can do for that. So, I think I'm reading it right. I thought it was Tez, Kitty. So, whatever. You're the person you like, the Tez or Taz. Alright. Your relationship with this Tez is in a supermoon. And it just means your emotions are going all over the place. And it could be like that with new love. Love is very chaotic. It's more chaotic than anything in the universe. It really is. And you have, and this is surrounded by a new moon in Libra. And this just means a new romantic cycle. I mean, new moon in Libra's good. It just means new love. And new love to the universe could be a year or two, in the first phase. They go by phases. They don't go by our time clock. So you're in the first phase of your relationship. So I mean it's up for grabs in that first phase. You haven't evolved to the second level yet. Then you got a new moon in Sagittarius, and this just talks about luck. So that's good. So luck has kind of brought you guys together, Kitty, but you're in the first phase. And the first phase is like the honeymoon phase. People are going to love you because they're interested in that sex, they're interested in it's new love. But I guess the question is, how long is that love going to last? That you got to ask yourself. Oh, he's your ex lover. Well, he cares about you. And if you guys broke up, then he probably just put it behind him then. But he doesn't have grudges. This is where love gets chaotic. That's why I always tell people don't even bother sleeping with nobody. Because you end up in phase one of all this like hurricane of feelings. And sometimes it goes somewhere and sometimes it doesn't. It's like winning the lottery, trying to date. It's crazy. Oh, thank you. I'm good. I went through a horrendous a weekend at work. I worked 36 hours in 3 days, but I'm very good today. I slept in a long time. My ass didn't wake up till 10 o'clock. I was not getting up until 4:30 in the morning. No way, Jose. I was good with that. I'm gonna make these crunchy eyes now. You go make everybody's presents, and all of a sudden they tell you that they like this, or not everybody got that. They love the Grinch. I love to do it because I've been there for so long. These are my people. 10 years, going on 11 with them. When you're work at one place for a long time, it's almost like a marriage. Oh, you're welcome, Kitty. At least he still cares about you as a friend. At least he's not malicious and an asshole. Those are the worst. So, alright. This here. Oh, shoot. I think I made my eyes too big. Alright, so we'll just do that. Okay. To make Grinch eyes, you gotta almost make a leaf. And I did this tree of life, and I'm probably gonna redo the tree of life, honestly. I feel like I could have done a better job, but some people liked it, and I just gave it to them. I'm just glad that my friends are rich and give me art supplies. That actually helps my life a little. And I do buy them on my own too. But some of my friends just are blessed with a lot of money, and I'm not about money. I'm really not. Okay, I'm just doing up and down, making some eyebrows for Mr. Grocery Food over here. Make another eyebrow this way. Because I'm probably going to need about, by the time I get back to work, about 10 of these. Because it's a lot quicker, I mean, getting these out, which is really nice. Alright. Okay, it's on top is the eyeball. Okay. Eyeball. Alright. I'm gonna shade in the eyeballs. Sometimes the eyeballs are too much. Gotta really focus in on these eyeballs. Okay, got that. I'm gonna shade down here because I sure messed up this eyeball. You could always shade it out. That's what I like about these pastels. Even when you're doing anime, you're better off if some of your lines weren't perfect doing it this way. I shaded out the bottom of these eyes, and I got that. It's really easy to do these kind of things. I would love to do Merry Christmas, bitches, but I feel that would be a negative thing to do, and it wouldn't be right. So I'm gonna put ho 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 and then Merry Christmas. That's better. This improvise here. Down here for Merry Christmas. There. I'm gonna look up at the screen in a few minutes. All done with this one. I figure I might as well get two done before I eat, and then I'll work on another two. Alright, I got this done now. This is good. Is there yeah, you can ask a question. I'm so new to YouTube, especially in the live streaming. I feel bad. That's why I post all the time because I don't know how to do any of the settings. It's terrible, but I don't. It's so high tech everything over here, and you got important things going on all the time. I have a lot of love for YouTube because I mean, there's just a lot going on in YouTube all the time, and it is one of probably the most important networks there is. So I don't know how to do all that, so just leave it in there, and I will get you. You have Oh yeah. I like to be humorous. I think in humorous ways. I don't like to be serious. I don't get butthurt about nothing. If a 90-year-old woman can literally try to take you out and get weapons and try to kill you at work, nothing bothers you. I just like to do things that are low key, like to not hear call lights. Sometimes these little things in life, people just, they get these big egos. I've noticed that. I don't have an ego. Not at all. I I think egos take away from your inner self. I really do. If you have an ego, it's like you're going against your inner person. And you could always do the things people want you to do and think you're happy because everybody's saying, "Look how pretty she is. I love that dress on her. She's the best. She's so popular." But at the end of the day, if you're not yourself, that dress doesn't mean nothing. So I'm just making a little grinchy face. When I do my anime, I do it a certain way. So there's a couple principles of things that make me happy in life, I guess, and painting and writing is one. And my friends were, and I was on another live stream over here because my book is written. I'm just waiting on this other computer right now to download it and all that good happy stuff. But the thing is I feel that some people get too big for their britches, and they end up in all this personal conflict with all kinds of people they don't need to be. So I wake up every day and I'm happy if I made a good painting. And if I made a couple friends along the way, that's okay. Because whatever life really wants to give me at that moment is what I accept and I'm grateful for. Because you could wake up dead, you could wake up paralyzed, you can get in a horrible accident. I mean, there's just a lot of what ifs in life. And I live and work, well, I might as well say it's my second home. I work in the land of what ifs. The what ifs are just staring at me in the face every day. And I'm like, damn. And some of these people were malicious and horrible, but I think, I don't know why it happens, but they get very humbled up in that hospital bed. And you feel bad for them. And I'm just grateful for what I have every day, even if it's not much. Even if it's only a little paint and some poster boards. Maybe a little weed vape or something. That I'm happy for the day. If I don't have a Gucci purse, that's quite alright. You know, let's say if I got somewhat famous and I was able to feed 5 dogs on the way somewhere where people go that actually have a lot of subscribers and stuff. You see them all the time over here, the popular people. I like to call them the sharks of YouTube. Those are the those are the primary ones that everybody loves, and it is what it is. I was never. I don't think it's in my nature to be like that. To be on top. I'm just happy being the doing what I am and just doing me. That grinchy face looks better. See, it's this shading art I do. This is why I say that I need to stick to anime. And I just left the white there. You can leave some chalk in there. You don't have to go all paint. You really don't. I mean, you want to paint, like if you're doing anime painting, as much as you can. But sometimes just leaving a little bit chalk for your details is not the worst thing in the world. It actually looks a little professional. I've learned this along the way making my raven that I still have not made. It's on the goal list. I might have a party if one day actually able to do that. Maybe in a month or two, who knows? People say I got a natural ability for this at work. So I'm going with it, and I'm getting the shading pretty good down pat. All right, I'm gonna do this ho 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 Merry Christmas, and then I'm gonna take another question. But if I missed any of your questions, or if you decide you're at home and you go, man, I really need a reading, it's a 911 emergency on this reading, and you're stressing. I don't do a whole lot besides painting and going to work and things like that, this nature. Leave it on the comments of any reel. I have so many shorts that go out a day because of my Facebook activity. So, and I always share them over here all the time. So, if you leave a comment in any of Chong the dog stuff, any of it, I will type out a reading for you. And I do this because I feel bad because I got a life that is never ending, and now I got all kinds of stuff going on in my life. And I don't want to be one of those people that if I do get famous by some fluke, that I don't talk to people. Even if I get busy and I can't come over here and you really need a reading, you're a subscriber, you're important, you care about animals. And my main thing over here is the animal shelter. I'm not advertising it because that's not about all we're about. But I do want to get an animal shelter. And I do want to save some animals because that is who I am. I'm a dog mom that's very erratic, and I treat my dog like my child. I honestly do. I love my dog. If somebody wants to hurt my dog, I'd be in the news. I would. They would say, crazy nurse, attack, blah, blah, blah. And you would see my dog bleeding and me going nuts. And that's who I am. My dog is one of the most important things in the world to me. And his personal happiness is too. And I feel for his people. And my dog's people is other people. So I would like to think that I stand for humanity, righteousness, and just respecting the earth and animals. Because I'm more of a hippie than anything else. And, I don't need a whole lot. Today, the reel that I did with our communication blog from Snapchat that we did, I made that. I take my own sweaters and I make his own clothes. It saves money. And that's what I'm about. And I'm about helping out my fellow man and animals in general and helping the earth. Because we do a lot as humans to this earth. And I'm saying this from human to human because we do. We pollute our rivers, and if we can try to come together instead of worrying about what's important in the latest style, maybe some of this stuff can get solved. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't. All this stuff that we think's important is really not. It's maybe an animal that died at the hands of a malicious person. A child that was abused. These are the things at the end of the day that really matter. Not if you got a lot of money, not if something great happened to you. Because at the end of the day, someone else is suffering for your happiness. And I don't want anybody to suffer for my happiness, including my animal friends. And if I get any kind of money from social media, I'm repaying my animal friends because I would like to help Chong and other dogs. I can't right now because I don't have enough room. I live in an apartment. But maybe one day if I got a house and some extra revenue, this will be my main focus. Will be this kind of stuff. So this looks pretty badass. I think people are gonna want this one too. And I'll show you this, so you can see how it's shaded out. Yeah, they're gonna like this one. I didn't know there was that many French fans at my work, but apparently there is. I'm gonna grab one more question, and like I said, if I miss one, it's easier for me to grab it in the comments and type it out sometimes. I have 4 rosies. Will I get engaged? Lovely. Is it lovely? It looks like lovely. Lovely Scorpio. My sister's a Scorpio, but she's not so lovely. Sometimes she could be vicious. Alright, it was just a random question. Will I get an engagement ring at the end of December? I could do lovely. Since you're a friend of the animals and stuff. You wouldn't be over here listening to me blabbing about animals if you weren't, so. Right. There we go. Let's see about your engagement status at the end of December. Alright. I like to shuffle these up till I feel the energy is like ready and centered for a question. And I know it sounds funny when you have energy fluxes. I'm studying vet field. Oh, great. Maybe if you become a vet and I become famous, we could, when I get this rescue village going, you could help me. Maybe we could raise a bunch of money and I could be able to help you with your services. Maybe you could help the world. I want to unite everybody for one global peace and helping out and things like that. This is my ideas of the world. So, but yeah, this is what I want to do. And I want to get a bunch of people together, and if everybody volunteered enough, I want to get little apartment buildings done on my Chong village, Chong the dog village, and it'd be free rent. And all the animals would get taken care of. I want to get security because someone's going to want to steal my animals, especially once I get all of them trained. Because when they're adopted out, I'm going to have dog trainers that volunteer their time and train the dogs. People are going to get background check coming out. And then I want to get a little restaurant to finance the village. And maybe with live stream cameras and everything, the world could be a better place for all the animals. But my friend Lovely, it is Lovely. Yeah, lovely Scorpio. Your engagement status for the ring is in a new moon in Gemini. And it talks about communication. So, communication isn't bad nor good. It just means what it means. If you communicated that you want to fully get engaged and you've talked about marriage and details and how it would benefit your situation and things like that. Because talking's a big thing in a relationship. And you got a gibbous moon and you also got a south node surrounding it. And a gibbous moon just simply means that you're getting closer to pretty much your first cycle of a relationship. And that's getting towards the bonding stage. And I get this from psychology because although I would have liked to be a veterinarian, I just deal with crazy ass people. But, anyways, and I did study human relationships and I studied marriage. And I guess I see this at a psychological point of view because I took so much psychology. I see a relationship at the first stage. I don't see it in a second or third stage, but a lot of people got engaged in the first stage. So, and that's good because it'll close after a year if you guys make it that far after a year because the universe looks at relationships with multiple years. So, you got a south node, and that's talking about past experiences holding you back. So, it's just like get rid of that self doubt. And anybody that you were angry at that was mean to you, that forgive them. Forgive them for cheating on you. Forgive them. I forgave my ex-husband for domestic relations where he literally beat my ass and everything else, and I did it for me. It has to be total forgiveness to come out of the first stage of this. And it's hard. You got to go and you have to give it up to the universe that you fully, whoever you were with before, even though they were horrible, you forgive them, or you're not going to be able to complete your first cycle. So, thank you for subscribing. And like I said, I'm going to take me a food break and come do more Grinch stuff. Is Andrew the one for me? I mean, that's really up to you and him. Because once you get in that year cycle where you're together for a year, it's what you're willing to accept and not accept. I like to make checklists. What I would do is make a checklist and write down everything you like about Andrew and write a checklist about everything you don't like about Andrew. And you guys need to sit down, look at these checklists, and just see if he's going to change things or compromise on the ones you're not going to tolerate. He might think you're in a damn office or something, but it works. I did a checklist for both of my husbands, and in the end, alcoholism made the first one break away, and the second one's still going after 10 years. But yeah, do the checklist and have him do a checklist on you. And if there's something on that checklist that you don't like that he put on, you cannot hold it against him. So I definitely would do that. And just see where it goes. Sometimes it hits it in a positive light. So that's what I would do. But I'm going to go eat now, and thank you for all your guys' support. And you can always put your questions in the comments, and I will be back.